Morning. This was a Welsh painting I did several months ago, or probably 2 months ago now. Nice lot of colour in it. I'm going to do something similar to this. What I've done yesterday for the first time, I've transferred everything onto Dropbox. All my thousands of photographs that I've taken and kept as my reference material, which includes about 700 painting photographs of ones I've done mostly over the last 2 years. And it's 2 years to the day that I started this project with YouTube. And we've had some fun. The channel is slowly taking off. But trying to find new ways to express old subjects is always going to be a challenge. All the things I want to paint are painted, mostly the landscape, some buildings, but only as bits of interest. So I'm going to do a version of this, but I'm not going to do any drawing. I'm just going to go straight in and hope for the best. So let's bring you up to the work area. There we are. Freddie, the kitten, is growing fast. He's been off for about 2.5 hours this morning, roaming the gardens with his lovely girlfriend next door who calls for him, who shows him the ropes, and off they go, play fighting and chasing each other all over the place. Now he's having a sleep, so I don't think he's going to come up and disturb us. That'll be for another day. I'm going to put the light on because it's very dull out there now. That'll do that. That's right. Okay, let's wet the paper all over as we do. It's wet in wet. My palette is lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. They are Scotsman watercolour tubes on a small display tray which I got online. And the 2-inch Ron Ranson Hake, plus the ribbon, plus some bits of plastic. That's about it. So we'll wet the paper all over. I keep meaning to get back to some acrylics, but I'm enjoying the watercolours at the moment. It's funny how it goes in cycles. Eventually I'll get fed up with doing the watercolours and we'll need a change, so go into the acrylics. Then I'll get fed up with that after a couple of weeks, and then we'll go back into the line and wash, then pure watercolour. That's how it goes. Right, so that'll do for that. I've got my cup of tea. I've got my cup of tea. It's about 9:45 on Wednesday morning in January. Okay, so let's go in with a sky. So I'll use raw sienna. I'll just clean it off a bit. It's a bit dirty from the Payne's grey from Monday's efforts. So this I think is 3 short of 600 demos, so I've almost done 300 per year. So we just warm up the background of the stream area. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a little bit. I'll put a little bit of blue in there. Why not? That'll do for that. And we'll come down with some cloud. So a bit of blue and light red. When your hake starts shedding hairs, just pull them out. I have written this hake off, but it seems to be performing again, so as you come down to the horizon, just, I'm not doing too much here because I'm going to put the cliff sides there. I'll recoat the paper and we'll go in with some of the hills. Put those in first, I think, at the back. Bit of alizarin in there, I think, just to brighten the blue up. Okay, so a bit heavier than that. Otherwise, you'll find that it just bleeds out into the wet surroundings. So that'll do. Just try to make them different, and we'll put in a bit of lemon yellow and a bit of sienna in here just to give a background. Come down here. Just stick it there. Okay, so we can put a bit of harder stuff in there in a minute. Right, twice. Right, a bit of blue and burnt sienna here, just put a background of trees, any sort of stuff really. Right, okay, that's it. Right, now we can put in some of these hills. I'll come up there. So, in the distance, a bit of blue, heavier blue, a bit of yellow. Now I'm going to put in some sienna there. I don't want that to be the same tone as the background. I'll get some lemon yellow in here. I'm just putting in a rich background for these rocks. Right, just clean the brush off a little bit. I'm going to etch out of those in a minute. Get some green in there. When you do these rocks, you need a lot of warm colour in them. So that when you etch out with the card, it leaves a residue behind of nice, warm, rich colours. Get some darks in here. Just adding lots of colour, and hopefully this will make a bit of sense in there. Right, get the plastic card, and be creative with your scrapings, because you are painting rocks, although in plastic. You get the slab stratified look, especially in Wales with a lot of slates. And by varying the colours, you get this lovely variety. Now we're going with the. Oh, it's come down. This is carving back to the lights underneath. Oh, you can paint them all with the brush if you wish, but why bother? When you can get this effect and all those colours, like a dry brush. Right, okay, so we've got some very rough terrain there. Okay, that's that side done. Well, while it dries, I can texture some more on there when it dries. I'm going to put my trees hanging on. It doesn't look anything like the one I'm working from. I'm just using it just as a crutch. And now we'll do this one, but not so far up and a bit nearer, so we'll have some warmer greens. I'm cleaning my brush now, so there's so many colours on, but you can just keep adding several colours to your hake, and you can with any brush. So you'll get even more random, spontaneous look in the thing. Just come in, so I'll put the rocks in to the stream in a minute. Just yellow, all the yellow, just mixing all the colours on the brush. Bit of red. So the red will bring this whole thing forward. I want some yellow in there. Just show a bit of blue, just show a bit of grass. Now I haven't used any Payne's grey. I've kept away from that. I'll get some shadow in there. Right, let's carve away. Let's a little bit here, just shining through. Right, okay, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Right, I'll give that a bit of a... I'll try it. No, I'll start to go over here with my trees now. So, be yellow, big blue mixed in with that. So let's get some blue, more blue in there. Because it is in the distance, but I want it to... Not dry brushing too well yet. I've got a bit of blue in there. Okay. That's okay. Let's just come down here with some trees in here. Very carefully put in with the corner of the hake. Okay. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Try to keep your one side different from the other, otherwise it will look a bit mechanical. Just now we've got a bit of an accident there, so let's just take that out. Right, and apart from a little bit of rigger work in there, we've cracked the landscape, both sides. It doesn't look too similar to the one I'm working from. I'm going to put some figures in to give a bit of scale, but we want to put in just some warmish rocks. You need a piece of cloth, a large piece of cloth, to wipe or take the excess moisture out of your hake. Otherwise, you'll have too much water flooding out of it. That'll do. Just put a bit of etching on there. So I had several pieces of cloth, so one or two could be drying while you work on another one. I've got loads of cloth in my studio here. All the old tea towels. They make good blotters. Bits of towel, a swig of tea. I reckon we could put in a few little rocks doused in here. Okay, carry on with the old card. So what I would recommend you do is to get as many photographs downloaded onto your computers, because you never know when you're going to use them or need them. And I'm very well behind at my age with digital technology, but I've got a phone with a decent camera on it, and I take photos all the time. It's so easy, you don't have to go to the chemist with your roll of film anymore. Just put it on your computer and you can enlarge it, print it off, do what you like with it, put it on memory sticks, take it to a printing shop, a printer in a supermarket somewhere, and work from it. It's so easy. But don't forget the old sketchbook. You can't beat a sketchbook. I'll tell you why in a second. Let's just give this a bit of a dry. Take your headphones off. When you take a photograph, you look at it some weeks or months later, and you think, why did I take that? It's a load of rubbish. But if you take a sketchbook and spend time with the subject and do a sketch as well, you spend, like you've invested some emotional time with it, with the subject, that is far more evident in your brain when you look at it. You have an attachment with that view because you spent time with it. With the photograph you don't. The emotion that made you want to take the picture in the first place has long gone. That's why they look so bland. Well, mine do anyway. Right, now I'm going to concentrate on, I'm going to put in this, the water here, so clean brush. And I've noticed that a lot of water in these streams is quite dark, especially where it comes up against the landscape. So there we've got a bit of a dark green, haven't we? But so bit of blue. And we'll get a bit of dark in there, so I'll just make that with a bit of blue and right, I'm not going to do any more than that. That would just ruin us, I think. So with a rigger, fine rigger, I'm going to just put in some of this sort of stuff, just the usual, just bit of interest, just clinging to the side of the rock. Let's put a bit dark in there. Blue and burnt sienna make a lovely dark. It just adds a bit of interest, a bit of dry brushing with it, with the edge of it. Same here. In the shadow area. Just using the sides of the edge of the brush, it just gives just a little bit of je ne sais quoi. Well, just little bits of nothing really. Right, now some figures, we'll put some figures just sort of coming across here. Oh, there's little figures there, just give a bit of scale to it. We could put a larger figure near, a bit nearer maybe. But we've got to sort out where. One of you. That's just coming up the hill. Okay, you'd have to hunt for them, won't you? But put a couple of birds in a barren sky. Just some flicks of interest. And sign it. Then we'll put it in the blue mount. And then we'll see what we've done. Blue mount, I really must get a clean one. Well, there we are. Another Welsh mountain invention. Let's bring the camera around a bit and we can just have a look and see. There we are. More or less straight. Right, I'll zoom in and we'll have a look at my little figures. There are 4 figures there, one here and those 3 there I'll put in. They add scale and a focal point, a bit of interest. Nice and warm foreground. And you can see all the etching out I've done, or scraping out I've done with the card. It's a lovely technique, and I overuse it, I know that. But hey, it's such a... That shows up, that bit of blue there. It's just a bit of fun, but very effective. So have a go yourselves, and I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.